second. Okay, guys, welcome. I am Sarah Cook. Welcome to this ambitious and athleisure event. This is just a fun, casual chat just to talk more. If you're in here, it's a possibility that you were in our customer appreciation event. And if you weren't, definitely check that out the next time we have that. That'll be in July. It's a semi-annual event. But either way, you're here because a representative of Zyia has shared with you this link tonight or the replay because we think that you might be interested in the rep side of things. And sometimes that can be like a super intimidating thought. Like, I don't know if that's something I can take on. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. Like, sometimes people are kind of afraid of saying yes to the business opportunity. So we're here kind of like to talk to you that it is really like fun and exciting and there's so much happening and we just kind of want to share from our heart. But we also want to give you some prizes for hanging out with us too, because we know that you're all like super busy. And so write in the chat where you're watching from, what time zone you're in, anything like that, because I know it's some of your bedtimes if you're on Eastern time. So thanks for sharing your evening with us. So how this event is going to work, we're just going to talk to 3 different reps about just kind of what it's like to be a rep and about at the very end we'll kind of talk the logistical sides like, hey, this actually sounds like something that I could do or I want to do with you guys. I want to link arms with my rep that invited me here. So you're always going to talk to the person that invited you into this event. You guys can all hear me, right? Give me a thumbs up because I did not check that. Okay, great. And if you are able to take your camera off, if I can see your faces, that's great. If not, that's okay too. But we're just here to kind of chat about what it's like to be a Zyia rep with just 3 different representatives from this team who all kind of work their businesses differently. So you can see that it's not like a one size fits all. We all kind of have different molds and different ways that we run our businesses. How the prizes will work is if you are here on live, I am going to need assistance from some of my other reps on here who maybe will do like a random spinning wheel or whatever, and they can kind of pick a name and I'll tell them what the prize is. So we have prizes for you watching live if you're here on this live. And then we're actually going to have a grand prize later. So if you end up watching this on the replay, you're not totally out of prizes. You can get a chance to win the Weekender duffel bag. And you guys, this thing is legit the best bag ever. It is a $99. I'll find it when somebody else is talking and I'll show it to you at the end. A $99 amazing bag. I take this everywhere with me. It's my gym bag. It's my travel bag. You're going to want to get entered to win. How do you get that? You'll send a clue word to your rep that invited you here. At the very end of the call, you'll get that clue word. So if you watch to the end, you'll get that. So a little bit more about me, and then I'm going to turn it over to Jenna. So I just want to talk really quickly about like my Zyia journey and what brought me to this place right here, right now. And people know I like to talk, so I'll try and condense it. I said, Sarah's going to talk for 2 to 3 minutes. Fingers crossed. Okay. So I've actually been with Zyia since 2018. So kind of like an OG sort of thing. The company was a baby company. It was a year and a half old. When I joined the company, you guys, we barely had any leggings to sell. We only had like bomber bras and all stars to sell. Like that's when I started. And I joined not necessarily for the money. Of course, in the back of my mind, I thought this would be awesome if I could make money because I was a full-time RN, working really crazy hours with my 2 little boys at the time. And I mean, some weeks I'm telling you I'd work 50, 60 hours. Some weeks I would work just the normal 36, 40 as a nurse. And I would be on call. I would have to work every other holiday. I would have to work every 3rd weekend, whatever. Anyway, and I wasn't necessarily looking for another job per se, but I also absolutely loved the sound of this company when I first heard of it with their pillars of being uplift, activity, light, and community. I was an active runner. And because I was a nurse, I wore comfy clothes to work and I changed into comfy clothes when I came home. I was either in scrubs or leggings. And so it was an easy yes for me when I saw how good the quality of leggings were. I was interested before I even bought the leggings. I bought 1 pair of black pocket light and tights and thought, if this is what all their products are like, I could easily sell this to all my friends because everyone needs a pair of these magic pants. And so that led to me actually fast forward going PRN at the hospital because I really I kind of had this mentality like I'm gonna go all in for 6 months and see how it goes. I want to see if I could really make this thing be a legit thing, and the only way I know that is if I actually give it my all for 6 months, not half-ass it, not just sort of like really give it my all. And I will actually tell you that I probably did a little half-assed. I was still like afraid to tell some people that I worked at or that I signed up for a direct sales company. So I even sometimes regret looking back, like I wish I would have told more people right away. So don't have that same regret as me, but 6 months in, I was like, holy crap. I pretty much went part-time within a year of being a zyia rep, and I went PRN in 2020, which means as needed at the hospital. And so now I have this flexibility. Granted, there's only so much flexibility. Like if I tell the hospital I'm going to work that shift, it's a snowstorm here. We got 9 inches. I told them I would work a long time ago, 6 weeks. Yeah, sure. Schedule me in on January 8th. I had to make it into work with 9 inches of snow on the ground. So I'm still a nurse at the hospital, but not as many hours, not as many crazy hours. Gives me that time freedom to be with my kids. But the most fulfilling thing that I've come out of this business is actually the empowerment and seeing other women, how this has changed, this business has changed their lives. Whether it's just like an extra $100, $200 a month where they can make that extra car payment, they can sign their kids up for gymnastics, whatever it is. But that extra $200 a month, it comes with a confidence boost too. And that's what I love to see with the people who have joined my team or have joined this zyia business and have just they're so amazing, and the community that comes with it. So I think I talked for 3 or 4 minutes after I said I would only talk 2. So there I am done with my parts. And so what we're going to do is we're kind of going to turn it over to Jenna, who, so you've heard from me, who's this like long veteran rep. And I know sometimes when people hear that and they're like, oh, Sarah, well, you got in the company early, so it was easy for you to have success. I know that I hear that from people. I heard it in my head. Even sometimes it's a bad story I sometimes tell myself too. And it's not necessarily true because there are people who joined when I joined who are not in zyia anymore. Okay. And so it's not necessarily when you join a company, it's who, how your heart is in it. Right. And so we're going to hear from somebody who's been in the company less than I have. Jenna will have to tell us exactly when, and kind of some of her thoughts and feelings about, when I asked her, hey, Jenna, what do you think about doing what I'm doing, and what she thought of that. So before we do that, I would love to give away a set of 2 Color Street nails. And I would like to just you to write in the comment if you are not a representative. So that way you could just write like me, or I don't know, anything like that in the chat. And I will type in the chat who wins the 2 Color Street nails. I'll put you guys in a spinning wheel of names. Jenna is going to go. If she can figure out how to unmute herself. There, she's unmuted. There we go.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. My name is Jenna Chuka, and a little bit about me. I am a mom of 3 very busy children, 13, 9, and 5. I have been married for 15 and a half years. I work a 9 to 5. So I'm busy, right? I am your standard mother, wife, and 9 to 5 worker. And zyia works for me. So that's just going to tell you that no matter where you're at in your stage of life, you can do zyia. A little bit of where I started. I started with my zyia journey with a pair of joggers and a Havana tank top. And that was approximately 5 years ago. And I knew at that point, these clothes are amazing. I just continued to purchase, and I had 2 parties, and that's when it really started. Sarah reached out to me in January of 2023, and she had basically said, as you heard her say, "Hey, do you want to do what I do?" And the hesitation was real. I put it off, and I put it off, and I put it off, month over month over month over month. Approximately 6 months, in fact. I continued to ask Sarah questions, and I had it continuing to dangle in front of me. And when something continues to pull you in, you know that that's the point in time where you need to ultimately take the leap, jump in, take it, go for it. And that's what I did. Um, I had so many thoughts that went through my head. Like, oh my gosh, she's going to be looked at as the girl who sells zyia, just another girl who sells zyia. What if I'm not good at this? What if I fail? Am I even worthy of this opportunity? And fast forward 6 months to now, one, I am absolutely worthy of this. Two, I have not failed at all. If anything, I have succeeded way more than I ever expected. Um, and I don't care if I'm just that other girl that sells zyia. Those thoughts that ran through my head completely disappeared. And the reason for that is the amazing community that is behind me. Sarah is an amazing leader. My Zaya sisters, you'll hear from one of them next, Eileen. The amount of uplifting that they provide, and the support and the cheerleading and the overall partnership that they provide is something that I've never experienced before. And I'm talking my professional life as well. It's amazing. This community is something I've never experienced in other direct sales companies I've been with. And it is something that ultimately, on a Saturday morning, when you can go and have coffee with your Zaya sisters and just feel the love and joy with each other, is something I've never experienced. And it's so amazing. I had a dream. So Sarah mentioned something about how this company changes lives. In 2020, COVID hit, and I was telling my best friend, I said, I feel like there's a higher calling for me. And I didn't know what that was. I didn't know. I looked, I searched, and it popped in my head. I really have a desire to open up an online boutique. Where I live, we just recently had 2 boutiques that had storefronts, and they closed. And I thought, you know what? There's a market for this, but it's more for the online space. People do not, they don't go to boutique storefronts as much now as they used to. So I knew online was the way I wanted to go. My husband was fully supportive. I had the logo created, the name created. I talked to my sister, who's actually on right now. And I'm like, hey, if I do this, would you consider like partnering somehow with me? She was in. I had inventory ready to go, and I had a business plan ready. And I looked at my husband and I said, I can't do this. And like my heart broke. And I just knew I couldn't. I didn't have the space. I didn't have the financial support. And I think honestly, that's what continued to pull me back in. And when Sarah continued to say, hey, this is such a great opportunity for you, I think you would do amazing, I continued to go back to that online boutique dream that I had. And I knew this was going to be fulfilling of that. I didn't have to have the inventory. You guys, you can start this business for $147. Like, it's amazing. I could not have done that with one of my own startup opportunities. So I knew this was exactly perfect for me. So when Sarah said this ultimately opens up dreams and doors for people, this fulfilled a dream for me. Um, the biggest regret that I honestly have is not starting sooner. If I would have jumped in when Sarah said, let's start back in January of 2023, a year ago, I don't even know where I would be. I used to be a very like, don't show myself on camera, especially live. Gosh, I'm crazy if I do that. And my confidence has just like out of this world blown up. I don't really care about what people think about me anymore. And that's thanks to Zyia. I know I've talked a lot, but it's because I'm passionate about this company. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about the people I do it with. And my journey looks different than everybody else's. And that's what's so amazing about this company is you can 100% make it what you want. So in my opinion, worst case scenario is you have like 100 sports bras, 10 tank tops, 100 pairs of leggings. And the best case scenario is you have the confidence, a business you can do what you want with, and the wardrobe that you still look amazing in. So I hope that kind of gives you a good picture on how everybody's journey can be a little bit different, but nonetheless, it's still great.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That was my first time hearing that boutique story. And I have to tell you, I got like shivers and chills like down my spine because it's like oh my gosh, here you are. You have your online boutique shop. And yeah, this is no inventory. I can't imagine. I actually one of my really good friends owned one of the boutiques in Harrisburg that closed, and it was so much work, and the amount of work that they have to do comparatively to like you sign up for us for 147. It's your sign up cost, and you don't have to ship and you don't have to carry inventory. And it's like just such a blessing and a dream. So I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing your journey, Jenna. And if anybody has any questions for Jenna, if you want to unmute yourself or throw them in the chat, but I think I have all the customers in here. So otherwise, if you're a customer, write your name in the chat. We're going to do 2 prizes, and then Eileen's going to just kind of wrap it up. She's going to talk about some of like the logistics and her story and things like that. Like we said, we weren't going to take up a ton of your time tonight because we know that you love Zyia a ton. If you're here and you've been supportive of your rep, and if you're here and your rep has talked to you about this, they think that you would be awesome in our shoes too. And some of the things like that, if you have questions for different levels of reps, we have other reps that are on this call. So, maybe there are some questions that you have about like, how much, I don't know, money do you guys spend on clothes? If you want to talk about that, I get all my stuff for free and half off. So I don't actually spend as much as you think I spend on clothes. There are things like that that we would love to answer for you if you have those questions, or you can directly message the representative that invited you there. Or how can I make, $200 a month? And I can easily tell you that if you sell $1,000 a month in sales, which my personal goal is I like to sell around 4,000, but that's where my business is at. But I love when people join my team, they kind of make a goal. Let's sell 1,000 a month. Your paycheck's going to be 280 a month. I can tell you that right off the bat. You sell 1,000, you get them a $280 paycheck. And with some of the promotions that Zyia has, you might get more than that. I think Jenna, weren't you part of a promotion right off the bat and you made like, you can't really necessarily say, but you had like a bonus. It was like a bonus of like 200 and then your
Yep.
normal 280. So like there are promotions happening that we would love to share with you. It's like we have a moonshot bonus. You guys can earn back your starter kit. There's all sorts of amazing things that we have that we would love to share with you guys. So Eileen's next, but I don't see anybody else in there. So we have Jamie, Chandra, Juliana, Robin, and Heather as our guests today. And so if you were the one that said they couldn't have the nails, then I pick your name first because I know some of you work in areas that you can't. Jamie, you're the first one I picked. So you are for color street nails unless you can't have them if you're a job. So Jamie, congratulations, Jamie K. And then we have a crossbody bag that is going to go to the next spinny wheel person. And then Robin, congratulations. You are winning a crossbody bag, and we'll have more prizes, so stay on live. We'll draw a few more after Eileen, and then we'll have a clue word if you watch the entire thing to get entered in for the weekender duffel bag. Definitely want to stay on for that. I'm going to grab that now as Eileen talks. And I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Is anyone like me? And for whatever reason, I don't know. I live in Sioux Falls, so we did have a snowstorm today. I don't know if it's the fact that I haven't left the house or the fact that I'm getting old and 8 p.m. feels late to me now, which young me would be really embarrassed of that. But when I was getting ready, I'm not going to lie, I took my first shower of the day at 7:45 p.m. Full disclosure, I work from home. And I was thinking, I'm kind of tired. Like, I gotta put my face on, but I didn't put any makeup on. So this is me. I did want to show you, I'm gonna talk about my comfy outfit in a minute because you need it if you don't have it. But you know what? I messaged a friend and said, I'm just kind of dragging and I have to be on and be up. And that friend reminded me of how much I love this business and said, the minute you get on this presentation with your friends, you're going to be just fine. And that friend was right. So, that just goes to show you is that making the decision to become a zyia rep, especially if you're wanting to work the business for real. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not glamorous every day. It's not easy every day, but the rewards that I and many other my sister reps have found are beyond measure. So when I talk to you tonight, I just really encourage you just to kind of listen with an open heart. This may not be something for you. That's totally fine. Maybe you have a sister or a best friend or a coworker that would be great, but maybe, just maybe, you have been looking for that something more, that community, that income, that purpose, that zest for life, that you forgot what it's like to be excited about something. Maybe, just maybe, this is what you have been looking for. I've been building my zyia business for 3.5 years. I am single with an 11-year-old daughter, Scarlett. She is my joy, the pain in my butt, and all of the things. But truly, she is the motivation for why I do what I do. I started zyia. I had never bought a pair of leggings outside of Old Navy or Target. I met Sarah. I was already skeptical. I was at the beginning of a weight loss journey, and there I was already just determined that there's no way in hell I was going to spend $65 on a pair of leggings. P.S. 4.5 years ago, the leggings are the same price as they are today. Did you know that? If you think about that, there's not many things that are the same price that they were 4.5 years ago. So that's little food for thought, side note. But I went in thinking there's no way. Sarah handed me an outfit and said, just go try it on. And you look at these leggings, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. You all love zyia. You look at them and you're like, there's no way in heck that these are fitting on my big booty. And sure enough, they fit and they fit great. And I felt like $1 million and I bought an entire outfit. And that was the beginning. Sarah was my rep for about a year and gently, every couple months, kind of throw it out there. She was very tactful and very nice about it, but she did not forget about me. And finally, it was July of 2020. I was furloughed from my job. I needed something. I just finished homeschooling my daughter, which was the worst experience for her and me of my entire life. I needed something for me. And I just randomly reached out to her and said, yeah, I think I'm ready to do that zyia thing. And I didn't even know what was in the kit. You remember that, Sarah? I had no idea because for me, it wasn't about the kit. I saw the opportunity for what it was. I wanted to earn $200 a month to pay for my yoga membership and to buy the zyia that I wanted. And I think a pack of vitamins every month. That was my wellness budget. Little did I know that 3.5 years later, this business has completely financially changed my life. There are many months in the past 2 years that I make more with my zyia business than I do working as a professional in human resources. You guys, this is real money for real women. And I'm not saying you need to get started and to earn a lot of money, but I got to tell you what, money does not buy happiness, but it sure as heck buys choices. For example, my daughter and I are flying out Friday morning, weather permitting, knock on wood. We are flying out to Nashville because we're going on a mommy-daughter trip. That is my gift to her for Christmas because I've decided that experiences over stuff is what I want to gift her. But you guys know that a trip to Nashville is a little more than a pair of Nikes. And so it is because of zyia that I have the opportunity and the flexibility and the financial freedom to say, you know what, Scarlett, we're going to Nashville. How cool is that? To give those experiences to my daughter and to myself. Anyone else here have the travel bug? Have you read the book of 5 love languages? I want to rewrite that book and say the 6th, because number 6 for me is travel. For me, travel is a love language. I think you learn so much about the world and about yourself, but let's be honest, traveling costs money, right? And as a single mom, even though I make a decent income, there's no way, especially in the inflation times that we're in, that I could travel on my income. And zyia has enabled me to travel, and I've earned free trips as well. So I want to talk a little bit about that because we just started a promotional period. Anyone want to join Sarah and I? And Jenna, I believe, will be going on this trip as well. Anyone want to join us in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico? In June? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get those margaritas ready. I'll have one waiting with your name on it, because you guys, the qualifications for this trip, whether you have been in zyia for 5 years like Sarah or your brand new rep, these qualifications are completely doable no matter your rank or where you're at in your business. And so I challenge you, if you are looking for that something for you, why not give it a shot? You truly have nothing to lose and everything to gain. We have 2 options to get started in zyia right now. We added about 5 months ago an option that is more economical than ever. It's a mini rep kit. We have 2 different options. Like Jenna was mentioning, you get 4 staple items for just $147. So even just for the cost alone of it's a bundled deal. That in itself is a sale, but along with it, you get the ability to make money, to share these clothes, to have this amazing opportunity. There's also a bit larger bundle, which actually is a better value if you look at how much you're getting for free, but that one is only $295. Still, to have that low of a price point entry. I mean, my gosh, you guys, think about it. A nice dinner out for a family anymore is $150 with a tip, right? And so to be able to have that low barrier of entry into something that could possibly be amazing is very, very, very special. No inventory required. There's no, the only minimum that is required is that you share $300 every 6 months. You guys, that's like 4 pairs of leggings. So yes, 15 trips to Starbucks, you're totally right. Exactly. So just brew a couple pots of coffee at home and you got your starter kit money. You're fine. So we talk about that because, that really, because you don't have the financial risk, there really is nothing to worry about. The worst case scenario is you have some great zyia at a great deal and you'll meet some cool people and probably learn a little bit about yourself along the way. So if you are here, if you're watching the replay, I really challenge you to do the pink pillow test. And that is, I want you to think of your princess pink pillow that you're going to lay your head down at night tonight. And if when you lift your head off your pillow tomorrow morning, if you don't think about this zyia rep opportunity at all, it's probably not for you. That's totally fine. We will continue to love on you as a customer, and you are very loved just where you are. However, if you wake up, or even if you get up and you're like me, now that I'm in my 40s, I have to go potty in the middle of the night. If you wake up and you start thinking about that zyia thing and you get that excited / nervous butterfly feeling in your tummy, like that first date feeling, I encourage you just to jump in, because we are here to link arms with you, to support you. We will not work your business for you, but we will give you the railroad track to run on. and you can customize your business the way you see fit. So do that test for us. And we just thank you. Thank you for your support of our businesses. Thank you for being a part of our VIP communities. You enhance our lives so much. And think about how much fun we could all have with you as a new sister rep. I just want you to think about the possibilities. Have a great night, everybody. Sarah, back to you.
All right, thanks to everyone for joining. We got to get those clue words to you. So excited. So any questions that you would have, we have a Facebook group that we've kind of been posting in. If you're in that group, you can ask it there. Otherwise, ask it to your rep. You know what? If they don't have the answer to it, they can reach out to somebody who does. They have resources. Trust me when I say as a rep, you don't need to know everything. I am sometimes a hot mess and I sometimes don't know what's happening. So that is not a requirement of being a zyia rep. So we have a clue word for you. We have 2 more winners live tonight. We're going to do a beanie and a crossbody. So let's see here for 2 live people, and then we'll give you the clue word. Heather, congratulations. You won the beanie. If you're still here, I should check. Heather, are you still only get it if you're still. Yes, you are. Okay. I put you guys in earlier. Let's see if everyone's still on. Okay, one more winner. Juliana Stone, congratulations, across bodies. So, and then you guys, we have more prizes than just the Weekender duffel bag that we will be giving away. So we'll have a Weekender duffel bag, and I was going to show you it, and I didn't forget. I have a clue word to tell you. I don't know the color yet. It's based off of what's in inventory for when I order it, and whatnot. And you may actually end up with a color choice too. So anyway, so it's really hard for me to show you it on the Zoom screen, but this is what it looks like. It's obviously very big because and it fits under, but here's the thing, it is very big, but it fits underneath your airplane seat. So I actually use this as like my personal bag on Allegiant and Frontier and like pack this sucker full, and it's awesome. And it's just gorgeous. You're going to love it. You're going to get so many compliments on it, whoever wins it. And so how do you get entered to win that and other prizes? There'll be, because there's a few more other prizes that we have that we will be donating. So we'll have more than one winner, and send this message to your rep before Friday night. Or maybe it was Saturday. Did I say Friday or Saturday? Somebody put in the chat when I said it for our team. Okay. Well, now that I've said Saturday, we're just going to say Saturday. Tell your rep by Saturday this clue word. And the clue word is Puerto Vallarta. If you can't spell it right, don't worry about it. You can even send to Mexico. And the reason I'm choosing that is because that is a trip that I would love to see you all on. And like Eileen said, logistically, this is very doable for anybody, even if you join today. And one last thing I did want to mention, if you're wondering, like, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it. You do that pillow test that Eileen has, but you're like, I'm just not sure how would I get started? And don't worry, we've thought of that. And our team has what's called a game plan meeting. And that is happening very soon. It's the 14th, which I believe is Sunday. Is that right? So we want to set you up for success right away. We want to see you in Puerto Vallarta if that's what you want. We want to see you make your first $1,000 in sales. These are all things that we want for you if that's your goal to join when you join. If you just want to join because that kit is amazing at $147, you can also do that too. But we would love to launch you into this business, and we want to be there for you every step of the way. And that is why we have that plan coming up on the 14th. And you can start sooner than that. If you're like, that's too long, I want to start right now, you can talk to your rep and you get started right away. But I'm just telling you, if you're one of those people that want those step-by-step instructions, we're here for you, and we have something set up for you. So thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, that's all we have. Send your rep the clue word, phrase, whatever, so they can get you entered into the mega prize. Send that to them before Saturday night. We brought you this on the replay live. Send it now to them. Take that pillow test. If you're still kind of thinking about this, that could be it. That's, I like to look for signs on things, and that's a good sign you're interested. And we would love to chat more with you. So, and if it's not your thing, that's not your thing, and that's okay. We are here for you to support you either way. No one unmuted themselves. No one put it in the chat. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you for your time. Have a good night. Thanks, Jenna and Eileen, too. Bye, guys.